The predominant perspective that every Christian is taught is that when you give to God. Christians are exhorted to pay their tithes and bring their offerings to the Lord. Now hang on, during the church service, when I put money in the bag or the box, I'm actually giving to the church, not to God. In some cases, I'm actually giving to the pastor if he's the one who decides what happens to my money. God doesn't get my money. A human, a group of people, or an organization gets my money. The idea of giving to God comes from the Old Testament Jewish practice of bringing tithes and offerings to the temple. In most cases, your offering is burnt or literally consumed by fire. The aroma of your offering ascends to heaven for God to smell. In that sense, you are giving to God. But today, no church is piling up the money at the back of the building and burning it so that God receives your giving. Somebody other than God is getting your money. This reality was something I struggled with for a long time, until one day, God brought clarity to my mind with just one simple change. One word makes a world of difference. It is a complete change of direction. Are you ready? We are not called to give to God. We are called to give for God. To understand this, we need to embrace two important concepts. Firstly, God is love, which means He's our lover and lovers share everything. Just as God has given me everything, all I have is His, not just 10%. I share everything, 100% with Him. And because I love Him, I want to use what I have to please Him. So my giving is in accordance with the heart and desires of the one I love. The second concept is that God is our King. More than 2,000 years ago, Jesus came to be King. Everything changes when we place our lives under His rule. As a King, He calls us to join Him in mission. Therefore, we give according to His mission. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 15, Paul states that Jesus died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for Him who died for them and was raised again. What this means is that He doesn't just own 10% of our income. Everything belongs to Him. Not just our money or our possessions, but our entire lives, our bodies, our minds, our abilities, everything. Further down in verses 19 to 20, Paul continues by saying that Jesus has committed to us the message of reconciliation. We are therefore Christ's ambassadors. So now, as followers of Jesus, just as He reflected God to us, we are to reflect God to the world. Not just 10% of our income, not just one day in the week, but 24/7, 100%. So you are using the life that God has given you to reflect Him and manifest His reality. If God already owns 100% of your income, then there is nothing to give to Him. What you now need to do is ask God how He wants you to spend this money. You then give on behalf of Him. You are giving for God. Boom! Can you see how this changes everything? Just one switch and you see the world differently. So this means that you will stop giving out of duty, obligation, or coercion. You will only give to what reflects the priorities and heart of God. You will only put money where God is. This understanding has changed my life. Before this, giving was a law I was supposed to fulfill. I didn't have to use my mind when I paid my tithes and gave my offerings. But now, I'm engaged with God. I want to know what He cares for. I want to know where He is working. And my giving becomes dynamic and meaningful because it goes where He leads me. Friends, stop giving to God. He owns everything. There's nothing you can give to Him. Start giving for God. Reflect God in your giving. Let others experience the reality of God through your giving. Be good news with your giving. Bring heaven on earth with the resources God has given you. And as you give for Him and reflect Him well, may He provide you with more so that many will experience His love and grace and generosity through you. Blessings upon blessings be upon you